Greetings YouTube, and especially all of you LinkedIn users, and even if you're not a LinkedIn user, you perhaps have received this email. It's actually a spam, and it's from a scammer, and a dangerous scammer at that. It looks like a LinkedIn email, and it tastes like a LinkedIn email, but it's not a LinkedIn email. Well, how do you know? Well, it has several different tells. The first and most obvious is usually you just look up here, and this scammer has failed to change the return address. Right here it says email confirm at partners.es. Well, nowhere does it say LinkedIn. That's the first sign. Now these scammers know how to change this, but this scammer is so lazy he didn't even bother to change that. Anyway, so that's the first obvious sign that this is a bogus email. It's not from LinkedIn, never was, never will be. And unfortunately, they send these out all the time. Like I said, these are scammers doing this. And most people fail to grasp the severity of this particular problem. What this particular scammer is doing. They do this with all the social networks. They even have YouTube ones going around. I'll post a few videos so you can see the difference. Anyway, you have a hyperlink here. They put all these bogus numbers so you think it's a legitimate link. But they don't have to do this for a hyperlink. They just have to do like he does here. Click here. And they have a LinkedIn link down here. Now this actually does go to LinkedIn. But depending on the browser you're using, this particular instance, I am using Google Chrome. And all you got to do is mouse over the links. Put your little pointer here, which and it says right here, where it turns into a finger, see there? It's telling you those are hyperlinks. Well, like I said, on Google Chrome, all you got to do is go to the bottom left, and it tells you the destination. Well, the destination of this link is called myviagrahealthcare.com. Well, they're not trying to sell you healthcare. Now, if you're going down to the bottom, like I said, the bottom one does take you to LinkedIn, but also you got to be careful. Sometimes they have a domain name that's similar to LinkedIn. Like if you misspell a domain name, a lot of times you go to a bogus website, so you got to be very careful. Sometimes they have a similar domain name, like LinkedIn with 2 E's or 2 D's or 2 K's or 2 I's or 2 N's. I mean, there's so many different ways they could do it. So you got to be really, really careful when you check these emails. Now, when you go to one of these bogus links, like my Viagra Healthcare, now if you go there with a PC, they're not trying to sell you, like I said, they're not trying to sell you healthcare, and they're not trying to sell you Viagra, even though it looks like a Viagra sales page. That is a virus page. If you have a good antivirus, your antivirus should be able to flag it and warn you, letting you know that, hey, this is a virus page. Now if you visited that page or any similar page, when you get any of these bogus spam emails from the scammers and they send you to any link, they're not trying to sell you anything. They're trying to put garbage on your computer, spyware and viruses. That's what this link does. If you have a good antivirus, you'll know that. But if you don't, if you didn't update your antivirus in the last couple of weeks, then you're in big trouble, because you do have a virus now, and you do have some spyware. That's the purpose of this website. It's its sole purpose. They're not selling anything. So if you have visited, like I said, this website or any of these similar websites or any of these scammers, please make sure you have updated your antivirus, and please make sure you have the latest malware removers. Like Malwarebytes is one of the best ones out there. That's the one I personally use, and it does a great job of getting rid of all the spyware. Or malware, which is just another version of spyware, just more dangerous. So, like I said, depending on the browser you use, you could always check the hyperlink and find out where you're going before you get there, before you expose yourself and your computer to a lot of serious trouble. And then another thing, like I like using Yahoo, because if you use Yahoo emails, you also have this other option. It has the full headers. You could actually see the headers. Now, I'm not going to give you a whole lesson on that. That's a whole lesson in itself. You can actually see where the email originated from. So you can tell, just in case they did have a fake LinkedIn address at the top of the email, instead of that partner's ES address, they could put a fake address in there, but when you look at the code tells you exactly where it came from. So, and then it'll tell you here, I mean, that's the actual domain where the sender is located at, where the email originated from, let's put it that way. So it's telling you where it exactly came from. That they can't change. So, I mean, that's for the advanced users. And then also, like, I like using LinkedIn, because if they send an attachment, a lot of these people, they send an attachment. Click here to see your problem, or pay your dues, or whatever it is. And on Yahoo, they tell you the size of the attachment, and they also tell you what kind of attachment it is. Now, let me just cut to the quick and solve you a lot of problems if you didn't know this already. But none of these companies like Yahoo, LinkedIn, Facebook, any Twitter, any of the social networks, they're never going to send you an attachment, ever, or almost never. I mean, 99% of the time, they're never going to send you an attachment. So a lot of times when a scammer wants you to click an attachment, that's usually a virus, or it's a hyperlinked document that only opens at a website that does contain a virus. So, I mean, like I said, these scammers are, they're serious. They're not playing around. They want to put a virus on your computer and spyware and all kinds of other nastiness. So it doesn't matter what kind of attachment it is, you don't want to open it. And like I said, if your friend sends you an attachment, you contact the friend and ask them how big the attachment is. And if you use Yahoo and a few other services, but Yahoo is the best at doing it, like I said, they tell you the size of the attachment. So you said, hey, did you send me an attachment? And what's the size of the attachment? If they do not know the size of the attachment, you tell them to send themselves an email with the attachment attached on Yahoo, and it'll tell them the size. And once they know the size, in other words, because another thing people fail to grasp, you do not get a computer virus from a stranger 90% of the time. You get a virus from somebody you know. That's how it works. When a computer is infected, the computer sends the virus. It's not the person. The virus goes in there, it takes all the emails in that person's contact list, and it sends them, it replicates itself. That's why it's called a virus. It spreads and it multiplies. So it's going to say, hey, take a look at this picture of the celebrity or whatever it is, and it's always going to be an attachment, and then they want you to open it. And like I said, even if it is a JPEG, even if it is a PDF, some of these attachments can only be viewed because they have a hyperlink that goes directly to a website that contains the virus, or some kind of malware, or any kind of other badness. So, like I said, viruses come from people you know. So if you know the person, don't automatically open a virus. Ask them, hey, did you send me the attachment? And what's the size of the attachment? Sorry for going on, but like I said, I'm doing this video because 2 people in the last 2 weeks have complained that their LinkedIn has been hijacked, and one of them has been offline for 2 weeks because his computer is damaged beyond repair. The virus screwed up his hard drive, and now he needs a new hard drive. And not only does he need a hard drive, but he has to replace all the software that's on that hard drive. Hard drives don't come with hardly any software, so whatever's on that hard drive, and like I said, if you have any important files on your hard drive on your computer, please get an external drive and make a copy of everything. Because if you lose your hard drive like I did, it was a very expensive lesson on my part, and plus there was some, irreplaceable pictures and videos on there from, travel and stuff that, are gone forever. A friend of mine passed away a few years ago, and those videos and pictures are all gone. So, that's another reason why I'm telling you that too. So you don't want to lose any of those important files. So back up everything. Like I said, once the hard drive is gone, you need a new hard drive. A virus gets on there sometimes and they mess something up, and you're going to need a new hard drive. And like I said, you got any kind of files that can't be replaced, please make copies, and more than one. Put it on a CD, put it on a DVD. Put them in a safe deposit box. Depending on how valuable the information is. Make copies and put them. Have people hold them for you. Family, friends, and make copies. Like I said, dream big, and don't. And then, like, if you do have Yahoo or any other email, click the spam button, because this is spam. This is not from LinkedIn. They actually do legal proceedings, file lawsuits against some of these scammers when they can be found. So that's another reason why you want to report all these spams. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for rating, and dream big. And, another reason, like some of you don't have a job, if you need a job, that's what LinkedIn is good for. If you set up your LinkedIn profile the right way, it can lead to jobs.